Hey, what's going on, Z Nation? Zaid here on ZSN. And today, guys, we're going to be talking about the Lakers and their roster and their new added big men to the Lakers roster as well. And also, like, what is the expectations going into training camp, which begins in, I believe, 2 weeks from now? So it is going to be a very fun training camp, in my opinion. And, when it comes down to it, guys, this particular move that the Lakers made when it came to this decision by getting Christian Koloko to the Los Angeles Lakers is honestly a really good move by the Lakers. Honestly, when it comes to the big position, and I'm going to get into all that. But before, like always, please be sure to like this live stream. It's been a while. It's been a while. I have not went live for a night like this when it comes to post-game show analysis and games about the Lakers. So it's been almost like 3-4 months since I ever went live for like this before, but it's been a while. But I'm glad that it's back. ZSN is going to return when it comes to post game shows. We're only a month away for the Lakers regular season. Lakers basketball is going to return very soon, so expect more of ZSN post game shows to return very very soon next month. So. And obviously, for other news about the Lakers, when it comes to roster moves, trade rumors, everything about the Lakers, this is the channel for you. Please be sure to hit that notification bell, and of course subscribe to ZSN on YouTube. I'm seeing the comments coming in already from Daniel. It's been a while, Daniel. Thank you so much for the continued love and support, and happy Tuesday to you, and welcome. I know it's been a while, and go Lakers, absolutely. So it's been a while, but it's finally back. Lakers basketball is returning very soon. Obviously, with Media Day coming up in, I believe, about a week. And then training camp begins in October 1st. And then in a couple of days, we will have preseason. So lots of things are going to happen. So when it comes to this channel and obviously about other things about the Lakers as well. But let's talk about the Lakers updated roster with the added addition to Christian Koloko. Now, I did make 2 videos about Christian Koloko coming to the Los Angeles Lakers and the Lakers being front runners to sign Christian Koloko. And a couple days later, or maybe the next day after, it was on a Saturday, the Lakers signed Christian Koloko to a contract, a two-way contract, and that's what went down on a couple of days ago on a Saturday, where the Lakers obviously made the right move after numerous injuries have occurred when it comes to the Lakers roster, especially the big position from Christian Wood, and of course the updates for what's his name? uh, Vando for not, being healthy, ready to go for not even training camp, but even for the preseason. So it is a questionable injury that he's been dealing with. I mean, he's been out for almost a year now, even though he did play a couple of games for the Los Angeles Lakers. So, but he was our main focal point for the Lakers when it comes to the defensive role that we wanted to see from him. But unfortunately, he won't be ready to go for the training camp and preseason, so it's unfortunate. But Christian Wood had a bit of an upside when it comes to his potential to be a great help for this Lakers team. But obviously, it did not work out at the end, and now because he suffered an injury and he just got through surgery, and now he'll be out for at least 8 weeks or more than that. The expectations for him to return is somewhere around December. So that's bad news for the Lakers and their rotation, especially for the big position. So the Lakers have to go after a potential big. Colin Castleton, sure, he's on a two-way contract, and he could potentially help out the Lakers in any way that he can. But like I said, he is still a young guy. He's in his second year in the NBA, and with the South Bay Lakers more than often than the Lakers. So with anything like that, you're going to put a lot of expectations around a second year player. But again, Lakers had to go with that type of role. But then they made the decision in getting Christian Koloko. Now, with my understanding of Christian Koloko, he's been out for at least 2 seasons due to a blood clot with his health issues. So, with that, I mean, he had to at this point, you know, come back. So that's what he did. He came back, coming back to the NBA. He was waived by the Toronto Raptors, and the expectations from him is that he was going to be a bright star in this league and potentially being a starter at one point during his career in the NBA. But unfortunately, he had to deal with that blood clot and some health issues. So he's been out for at least 2 years now due to that. But now he's back. He is signed with the Los Angeles Lakers on a two-way contract. And I know some of you are saying, okay, wow, he's going to contribute to the Lakers right away. Well, not exactly. According to the reports and what this contract is structured at, is that he is potentially going to, with him being on a two-way contract, he can only play up to 50 games in the regular season in the NBA for the Los Angeles Lakers. And unfortunately, with a two-way contract player, if somehow the Lakers do make the playoffs, they cannot participate in the postseason. So either the Lakers have to trade somebody, add on some contracts to potentially open up a roster spot to maybe fill in Christian Koloko to the Lakers official roster. That is sort of remains to be seen. And you never know. Anything could happen from now until training camp or maybe during the preseason or mid-season trade deadline. That's where the Lakers could potentially make some moves to improve the roster that way. And it seems that it's going to be that kind of likely scenario. And as a result, with the new added addition to the Lakers roster with Christian Koloko, it is official. This is the roster that we have. It's the same roster that we had last season. And I made a whole live stream about that. If you guys want to go check that out, just go to my live tab, and it's under, it's there. And I probably will leave it after in the right-hand corner of the video so you guys can check it out. So stay tuned after and check it out if you want. But yeah, I mean, with this roster, I'm going to share a screen right now for you guys can see the roster that the Lakers have officially. Just give me a moment. Let's see here. There we go. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can let me see it on my end if it works. Yeah, okay, it's working on my end. So with that being said, guys, I mean, this is the roster that we have, the Lakers roster 2024-2025 roster, and it's official at this point, guys. I mean, I will make a potential video about the Lakers and their rotation very soon, but I will just talk about a little bit about the potential rotation, what we will see from certain players wanting to make a name for themselves when it comes to getting the 15th roster spot. But it seems that it's official what the Lakers have at the moment. Obviously, there's Colin Castleton, who is on a two-way contract along with Christian Koloko, and I believe there's another player. His name escapes me at the moment, but with that, I mean, this is what the Lakers roster is at this moment. Same roster that it was last season, only there's no Taurean Prince and no Spencer Dinwiddie. The only new added additions to the Lakers roster is our draftees in Dalton Connect and Bronny James, who we drafted 2 months ago. So, it is the reality of the situation. The Lakers, unfortunately, due to the new CBA rules and salary cap and all that, I mean, the Lakers were tied up when it came to potential moves that they couldn't make because they were, I believe, the first apron. I believe it's just so complicated at this point that to the results, the Lakers did not make any moves due to that. So it is unfortunate. This is the roster that we have, but you never know. Maybe like I mentioned, either the Lakers could make some moves before training camp or maybe during training camp, preseason, start of the season, mid-season, or maybe at the trade deadline, the Lakers could potentially make a move to improve the roster, either adding on another star or just better rotations to potentially be competitive in the Western Conference. And it seems going to be that way. Like I said in my last live stream, when it came to that particular instance of how the Lakers could improve the roster that way. So but at this point, guys, this is who we have right now. As we all know, Jordan Goodwin is on an Exhibit 10 contract, so he could potentially compete for the 15th roster spot, but it seems unlikely that it will be the case. That role has obviously went to Christian Koloko, who is down here. If you guys can see it right there, he's a center, 7-footer, 230 pounds. So he is, a tall guy. I mean, obviously, who help out tremendously well for the big position next to Anthony Davis. And according to the reports that I've been hearing, I was watching a clip by Lakers Nation on NBA front office was that, the possibilities of Christian Koloko potentially being part of the rotation for the Lakers is increasingly improving when it comes to the expectations of him potentially backing up Anthony Davis at the center position. So that could be a possibility for the Lakers, for him to potentially contribute to this Lakers team right away if he's healthy and ready to go on day one for the Los Angeles Lakers. And it seems like it is the expectations of that potentially for him to be ready to go for the Lakers once the regular season begins on opening night. So that is a possibility for him to potentially take the role of Jackson Hayes, who you see on the top of your screen there. Due to Christian Wood's, injury, he won't be back until December. So lots of rotations need to be moved and changed because of that. And obviously the Lakers made the right move by getting another big. And unfortunately, though, the Lakers had to waive Blake Hinson, who I personally, raved about him when it came to the shooting aspects of what he could bring to the table for the Lakers for a guy who was a forward in this league, 6'8", that can shoot. I mean, that's really rare for any team to find a player like that in this league. So, it is what it is. I mean, Lakers obviously had to waive him to put in Christian Koloko. So, it is a situation where the Lakers made the right move on this one. And, this is, in my opinion, the right move for the Lakers to make, unfortunately, for a bad price of losing Blake Hinson. But, it is what it is. The Lakers had to move on and find a roster move. And that's what they did with, Christian Koloko. And Christian Koloko will bring a lot to the table. He will bring rim protection and obviously carry the load off for Anthony Davis to obviously help him out defensively. So this is a good move by the Lakers. And Christian Koloko will bring a lot to the table for a very young guy who had a lot of potential during his times with the Toronto Raptors before he had to deal with that health issue that he dealt with that blood clot. So. But now more than ever, he will be a huge contributor to the Lakers for sure. That's if the Lakers make any moves, but from now until the regular season begins. But right now, this is the Lakers roster. This is what it is right now with LeBron and Anthony Davis, Austin Reeves, and I will be talking about the potential rotations. But just I'll give you guys just a glimpse of what we could potentially see when it comes to training camp and the idea of how things will potentially look at when it comes to the Lakers and their expectations of potential rotation wise. Obviously, when it comes to the starting roles, we already know who will potentially be starting for the Lakers. I mean, we have D'Angelo Russell, Austin Reese to potentially be the starters. And then there's still the question about the small forward position. Either is it going to be Rui Hachimura, or could it be Vando if he is ready to go for the regular season, on day one? But it's still questionable at the moment. But as I mentioned, now Rui Hachimura will potentially be the starter for the Los Angeles Lakers at the small forward. Then you have LeBron. Then you have Anthony Davis at the center position. And this seems more likely that he will be Anthony Davis will be the starter for the center position. Because it just worked wonders for us. I mean, when it came to his ability to help out the Lakers at the big position, and he's been nothing but sensational for us. Sure, he can play power forward at times and be sensational at that, but the center is where he's at, and he should remain. But obviously, we need to carry the load off of him at that particular position because of health reasons and for him to stay healthy. So with that, I mean, that's why we have Christian Koloko added on to the Los Angeles Lakers. And, remains to be seen about the status of Christian Wood. As I mentioned, he will be returning potentially in December. So lots of games to be played for him to potentially return. So that's, like I said, it's the right move for the Lakers brought in Christian Koloko. Because of the injuries that occurred to the Lakers recently in that last couple of weeks. So, and Vando sort of remains to be seen about his status and when he will return, but he could potentially return during the regular season. But sort of remains to be seen about that. But with that being said, guys, I mean, that he's going to be a huge contributor for the Lakers for sure. Now, if there's a trade that's still out there for the Lakers, they still have until December for the Lakers to make any type of trades out there with any team. So at this moment in time, this is the roster that we have. It is official now, and this is the reality, guys. I mean, Lakers did not make any moves in free agency other than signing a couple of players here and there. And the one big one was the Christian Koloko. So, it is what it is. And drafting our two players in July, in June, I believe. So, it is what it is right now. I mean, the Lakers at this point are dealing with the same roster that we had last season. And we're just going to move forward with what we have right now until we make a trade I believe Lakers have there's available players to be traded in December 5th or December 15th, I believe. So because there is some talks, if you guys haven't checked there's a video that I uploaded, I believe a couple of weeks ago or a week ago, really, was that the Lakers were interested in Jonas Valanciunas. So, there is a possibility that the Lakers will make a trade with the Washington Wizards once he's available for trade in December. So, you never know. Lakers will potentially look into that to potentially add on some more bigs to the Lakers roster and to help lean some relief for Anthony Davis at the big position. That's why they went after Christian Koloko because of that. So, and plus the injuries, of course. So, but with that being said, guys, I mean, this is the situation that we're at. And at this point, the Lakers just have to make sure that all of our players stay healthy and ready to go for the regular season. Training camp is on October 1st, so 2 weeks from now. So, it is a situation where we will have a much better idea of how players are competing for a potential rotational role. And like I already mentioned, the starters are already in play already. But when it comes down to the bench role, it sort of remains to be seen at this point. I mean, Gabe Vincent is our backup for D'Angelo Russell, and he is returning from injury as well. Let's just cross our fingers that he will potentially be healthy and play more and contribute for the Lakers more than what he did last season, only playing in like 6 games and almost being injured for almost the whole season last season. So, it is a situation where we just have to see if he is capable of being a solid backup for the Los Angeles Lakers or where they look for a trade potentially in the regular season. So we just have to wait and see about that. Then you have the shooting guard position, which is kind of weird at this point of who will potentially be backing up Austin Reeves. All signs are pointing that is not Christian, Max Christie is potentially being the guy to potentially back up um, Austin Reeves. But there's been talks that maybe Dalton Connect will potentially be the shooting guard backing up, uh, you know, uh, Austin Reeves. But you never know, with the situation with at the small forward position, he could potentially fill in that role to ease some, not ease, but when it comes to the rotations and players still being out with Christian Wood, he has to contribute when it comes down to that too. So, with that being said, I mean, it is a possibility that Dalton Connect will have a huge role on the Lakers rotation for sure. Going into training camp, and he will potentially be balling out for a potential role on the team as well. And it could be the backup role behind Rui Hachimura at the small forward position. He will alternate with the shooting guard and small forward positions because I believe he's like 6'6" or 6'8", I believe. So he's pretty tall. So when it comes to his skill set and what he brings to the table, his shooting, his scoring. He's just a great offensive player when it comes down to that. And that's why the Lakers drafted him. And that's why I'm surprised he fell so low in the draft. Most people were complaining because of his age. I think the better, more experienced you are at the college level, the better you will perform and show out in the in any league that you're in when it comes to NBA or NFL level. So, but yeah, I mean, Dalton Connect will bring a lot to the table when it comes down to that. And then you have the power forward position with Vando potentially being the backup for LeBron, but it could change, when it comes to him starting at times for the Los Angeles Lakers when it comes to certain teams that we're facing. So that can also alternate when it comes down to that. So, but for sure, he's going to be the backup. And plus, with him still dealing with an injury, it kind of hurts his chances of potentially starting for the Lakers. So he just have to work his way up to potentially do so. So, we just have to wait and see about that. And then you have Christian Koloko backing up Anthony Davis for sure. And like a similar situation with Vando, he could alternate to potentially start for the Los Angeles Lakers when it comes down to it. So that could be a possibility that he will potentially do so for the Lakers. He'll start or not. You never know. But he's working his way to potentially getting the backup role for the Los Angeles Lakers. I mean, he's going to compete for any rotational role. And at this point, there's been talks that he could potentially beat out Jackson Hayes, who at this point, before the training camp begins, he is the backup for Anthony Davis at the center position. But you never know. I mean, if Christian Koloko shows out and performs and impresses JJ Redick, who is the first-time head coach. So all eyes are going to be pointed at him when it comes to his coaching career and what his rotations will look like for the Los Angeles Lakers in his first year as a head coach. So we're going to be looking at him for sure as well. But rotation is going to be very important for JJ Redick. And, I think, if anything, if Christian Koloko shows out in training camp, he could potentially get the backup role and steal the job from Jackson Hayes. You never know. So that is a possibility. But I at this point, I pick him to be the backup behind Anthony Davis at this point. Uh, but things may change. You never know. But then you have the others. There's a possibility that Bronny James could potentially be the third string point guard or maybe shooting guard for the Los Angeles Lakers in the mix with uh, uh, Jalen Hood-Schifino. That could potentially be the third string point guard for the Los Angeles Lakers. And then there's the possibility of Maxwell Lewis alternating with the shooting guard and small forward position because he could play multiple positions as well in his second year. It seems that he could contribute for the Lakers team on the regular season, but you never know. He could alternate with the South Bay Lakers along with Bronny James as well. So it is a possibility. Then you have Colin Castleton, who is at this point the third string, maybe the fourth string center, big for the Los Angeles Lakers. And I'm probably missing somebody. Oh, Cam Reddish. He is potentially not really part of the rotation esque, but he is somewhere around the small forward position that could potentially. I forgot all about him because he was most of the time been injured, but at the same time he has the capability of potentially contributing for this Lakers team, and he kind of did at one point. I mean, when Vando was out, we needed more effort defensively, and that's what Cam Reddish was for the Lakers at one point. But before he got injured himself, so he is a potential guy that will potentially help the Lakers at multiple positions in the rotations as well. But we just have to wait and see what the rotation looks like for the Los Angeles Lakers when it comes down to it. So yeah, guys. I mean, that's the Lakers. Updated roster. It's complete now. This is what it is. The new roster for the Lakers is basically the same thing. Only we added three new players in our draftees in Dalton Connect and Bronny James, and then of course the signee of uh, Christian Koloko at the center position, which we obviously needed when it comes to that particular help due to Christian Wood's injury that he suffered a couple of weeks ago with surgery, and he's going to be out at least December for him to be 100% ready to go for him to contribute for the Los Angeles Lakers. So then Vando's still potentially not healthy himself yet. So that's why the Lakers went after Christian Koloko. So it is where it is. And like I said, we had to sign him and we had to waive somebody. And that was Blake Hinson, who I think had a lot of potential for the Lakers. And it sucked that we now have to lose him to another team. But you never know. He could work his way back to the Lakers some point. I would love to that for sure. But he brings shooting to the table, and any team will love to have him when it comes to his size and for him to shoot as great that he was in summer league. So, but yeah, I mean, we added Christian Koloko, and now the expectations going into training camp is that everybody's going to compete for the rotational roles. We already know, like I said, with the starter roles, who will have the starting role, but it's a bit questionable who will be the backups and who will be part of that rotation when it comes down to it. But we have an idea, and I already mentioned it, but I really want to know, guys, your thoughts and your opinions about the Lakers roster and the added addition to the Lakers roster in Christian Koloko and training camp. What's your expectation? What's the Lakers' approach for the rotational roles, and who will get the roles that's deserving for the roles? I think Christian Koloko is a perfect backup for Anthony Davis instead of Jackson Hayes, in my opinion. And for obvious reasons, we all know how he played in his first year with the Lakers. I mean, it was not that great. So adding on Christian Koloko with his defense and his protecting the rim and how great he is defensively, even though he can play very well offensively as well. But defense is what it is for the Lakers. So um, we have a lot of potential in him, and I really hope that he brings a lot to the table with his return to the NBA and him potentially being healthy, ready to go with his health issues that he suffered a couple of years ago. So hopefully he's now healthy, ready to go to play in the NBA and for the Los Angeles Lakers. I really can't wait for that. So before I end this live stream, I wanted to read a couple of comments that came in. Let's see here. And for those of you who are new to the channel, welcome to Lakers ZSN live stream on on YouTube. Excuse me. If you guys haven't yet, go subscribe to ZSN on YouTube, and of course, follow me all across social media. The links will be in the description of this live stream, so you guys check it out, or you can just go to the channel and just follow me all across social media. There, the links will be there for you guys can show me love, support. We have a big following on Facebook. We're somewhere around 9,000 followers on Facebook. So, guys, go check me out there. And I'm also on Instagram and Twitter as well. And I'm also on TikTok as well. So, guys, go check me out on social media. I really appreciate it. And the return of Lakers post game show is coming very soon once the regular season begins. So it's very important if you want to hear my thoughts and my opinions about the Lakers and their game analysis and how they played, wins, losses, all of that. For the Lakers post game show, once the season begins, is returning very soon. So once the season begins. So really can't wait for that. I really miss talking about Lakers basketball. So it's always great to really uh, engage with every single one of you about everything about the Los Angeles Lakers and in general, really. Subscribe to the channel for Lakers news, rumors, updates, speculation. There wasn't any when it came to Lakers free agency moves, but he did one a couple of days ago with Christian Koloko. So any news, update, speculations about the Los Angeles Lakers when it comes to roster moves and signees and hirings, everything about the Lakers, this is a channel for you. Go subscribe to ZSN on YouTube, hitting that notification bell as well. So, and I also do this as well. I read your comments and give my thoughts and my opinions about it. So I wanted to read this one. I'm kind of glad LA Lakers got a new player on the team. Yeah, I'm also glad too. I mean, finally they made a move after not making any moves in free agency. There was a lot of expectations going into free agency where the Lakers were going to sign some big name players, and even at one point LeBron was going to take a pay cut, and for some reason Rob Pelinka did not make any moves, and for obvious reasons because of the new CBA rules and teams being the first team apron and second team apron. I mean, it was so complicated that I didn't even know half the time where the Lakers were with the with the situation that they were in, and it seems that it was really bad because the Lakers did not make any signees and trades at one point. So it seemed that the Lakers' salary cap was very bad at one point. And here we are right now, same roster that we have, no roster moves in free agency. And, it was just a sad reality. I mean, it's the first time ever in Lakers history that we haven't really talked about any new players joining Los Angeles Lakers. So, and, we lost Torian Prince. And, even though it would be nice to have him back, I mean, we also got a big upgrade with Dalton Connect, who has a similar traits of what Torian Prince does. Only I think he's a more better shooter than Torian Prince is, and better scorer in Torian Prince, in my opinion. And then we have Brownie James, who kind of replaced Spencer Dinwiddie when it comes to filling up a roster spot. So that was the only moves the Lakers have made. And now with this one currently, this was the only one that they made by signing Christian Koloko. So I'm liking the new guy. It sucked that we have to lose, Blake Hinson. But you never know. Maybe he'll work his way back to the Lakers someday. Hopefully he does, because he has a lot of potential when it comes to his skill set. Being a big, well, not really big. He's a small forward, 6'8" player, but he can shoot lights out especially during his time with the South Bay Lakers, or no, in summer league, uh, the way we saw from him. So, but yeah, I like the move for sure. And let's just read here another comment. There is a trade with the Lakers and the Heat for Terry Rozier. I mean, yeah, I would love to have Terry Rozier for the Los Angeles Lakers. I mean, during his times in with the Charlotte Hornets, he was averaging around 24 points per game. He was just an offensive Dragunov when it comes to his, skill set, what he brings to the table for the Los Angeles Lakers. Sorry, with the what he could bring to the Los Angeles Lakers when it comes to his skill set. So, and at one point, I wanted the Lakers to trade for Torian Prince. Sorry, Terry Rozier at one point. So, um, but yeah, I mean, if the talks are returning for him to potentially be part of the Lakers conversation, why not? I would love to have him on the Los Angeles Lakers for sure. And I think he will fit very well next to LeBron, next to Anthony Davis, and just the flow of what the Lakers bring to the table. So, it would be nice to have him for sure. But, we just have to wait and see about that. Because, there's going to be a lot of trades potentially out there that the Lakers could potentially make for sure to improve the rosters. But, we just have to potentially wait and see what's out there for the Lakers. At this point, I've been hearing that the Lakers are looking at another center to pair up with Anthony Davis, and obviously a favorite for LeBron, and that is uh, Jonas Valanciunas, who could potentially be on the market in December for the Lakers or for any team that's interested in him. But at this point, the Lakers are maintaining an interest in Valanciunas for sure. So that could be a possibility that the Lakers could potentially do to improve at the big position for sure. But now with the added on to Christian Koloko, it is a possibility that maybe he could potentially, be only the backup at this point. But you never know; things may change for the Lakers when it comes to the center positions. If it does work out with the Washington Wizards for Valanciunas, but we just have to wait and see about that. But at this point, that's the only player that I've been hearing about when it comes to potential trades. If Terry Rozier is another guy that Lakers are looking at, that would be great as well because he brings the offensive uh, skill set and scoring and shooting as well. So, which I think will be a better upgrade than what maybe D'Angelo Russell brings to the table. Even though he's regular season, D'Angelo Russell is great. He's an all-star caliber player when it comes to regular season. But when it comes to postseason, he is, you know, we all know, we all know who he is in the regular season, though. So we just have to wait and see what he brings to the table if it does work out for the Lakers when it comes down to uh, Terry Rozier. But at this point, what I've been hearing is that the Lakers are looking at Valanciunas for the big position for sure. So we just have to wait and see. Have to wait and see about that for sure. So yeah, I mean, I really appreciate the comment. Thank you so much, and thank you again, Daniel, for your kind words. And it's been a while. It's really was. I mean, it's been 3 months or maybe 4 months that we haven't talked about Lakers basketball, and because of the whole free agency and not making moves, it was an odd off season for the Los Angeles Lakers and us Laker fans for us to not talk about Lakers basketball, unfortunately. And it's just I'm glad the Lakers made this move for Christian Koloko. We needed help at the big positions anyway, but with Christian Wood being out and Vando's still not 100% to return yet, we needed a big desperately. And Colin Castleton was just not going to cut it. And obviously, we got one in Christian Koloko, which has a lot of potential. He has a really good potential upside when it comes to his defensive side of the ball and for him to really contribute for the Lakers defensively. So glad that he's here joining the Lakers. And now with this new roster that we have, or same roster in a sense, with our new draft fees and Christian Koloko, is the same roster. And now the expectations is that what's the approach that we will see from the Lakers in training camp, who will have the better turnout for better rotations. It just sort of remains to be seen who will get that. But I really hope that we have a good showing for training camp and who will step up and show up in training camp, and really hope it works out. And media day for sure. I'll be covering that as well, and give you guys my thoughts about that. And also for for all Lakers as well when it comes to preseason and of course anything about the Los Angeles Lakers as well. So really can't wait for Lakers basketball to finally return and talk about Lakers basketball for 82 games of live stream post game shows. So really can't wait to get into that. Really can't wait. So I really want to thank every single one of you for joining me on this live stream. If you haven't yet, go subscribe to ZSN on YouTube by hitting the notification bell and, of course, subscribing. Make sure to do so. Show me the love, support. Follow me all across social media. And I'll see you all in the next live stream and the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Go Lakers. Take it easy, guys. Stay safe out there.